What's going on? Welcome on into the channel. I would love to start this off by saying I'm very excited for a new game, hopefully coming out soon. Unfortunately, though, right now we don't have any news, any leaks, anything. Last time a game came out was just about 2 years ago in August, so usually you'd see something or hear something, but we have not heard anything so far. That's not going to stop me. Don't forget to like and subscribe on this channel. I have four main things that I would really look for. And just know these four things, obviously, they can be a little bit costly. But I think PGA now has a competitor with EA, so they have to go full tilt and they're going to be pushing a lot of money towards this golf game if they want to outlast EA, which is supposedly going to be coming out sometime next April. So let's pretty much kind of start into it. The first thing that I'd really like to see is I'd like to see them really adopt an entire NBA 2K23 method. For instance, a lot of customization. So we have a lot of clothes items here. We have, some FootJoy, some sponsors. This was the first golf game since Rory McIlroy where we actually saw a lot of the big sponsors join here. But I'd like to see some customization. If you could change the colors of your shirts, change the designs, maybe create your own shirt type ordeal, something that will allow some sort of creativity to this where you can make your player look how exactly you want it to look. And that's one of the most important things that I think they should do because they already have that ability. And that's your face, your body, your face, how you look, the shape, your height. All of those characteristics matter to somebody who wants to play a game and get a feel for either making a funny character or making a real life replica of yourself. And your face is most important here. 2K has a model where you can scan your face into the game. So I'm not exactly sure what it's going to cost or what it's going to take for them to bring that to this game, but I feel like that's something that they could easily bring to this game so that way you can scan your face into it. And in all honesty, how your appearance actually works, if you're not going to allow people to scan their face in, you're going to need more options. You can't just have facial features that you can't really fully adjust without making them look not realistic. Or have presets, which I know you have some here, but these are limited presets. You need either more presets or you need to have the face scan. That's something that I think will really help take this game to the next level of what they could hopefully achieve of keeping people around for this game, because I'm sure EA is going to come out because that's the growing thing, is wanting a game where you can feel like you're in real life, or you can make a funny looking character, you can make a short character that crushes the ball, you can make an extremely tall character. Have a little bit of restrictions, obviously, in the things that you can create, but leave it up to the person to make this game unique. And along with customization, I'm going to really go into this. I love the fact that they had all of these golf passes that you could get Titleist clubs. You can get Bridgestone clubs, Mizuno clubs, TaylorMade clubs, um, Callaway clubs. You pretty much got them all, outside of Srixon, Mura, a couple of them. But what I would like to see is customization with your clubs. Now I could see this model going into a achievable one. So you start off with like your base clubs and you have to upgrade your clubs or upgrade your players similar to what they have in NBA, so that way you can get better equipment and you have to actually grind it out, make people play a little bit more. But not everybody is in the grind out mode. If you're in the grind out mode, or if you're in here, you just like being able to buy and purchase clubs, leave a comment down below. I really don't know, but it'd be good to survey kind of like the viewership of which ones you guys think is better. But I would like to see something where I can customize these clubs. So I can pick a base model, let's say Sim Max OS, right? Looks are going to be purely whatever you want them to be. But I'd like to see a cap set on distance shot shaping, forgiveness, swing plane, distance control. We could obviously tweak those a little bit. I have some creative ideas for that, but you'd have to tweak those. But set a cap on them. And you have an attribute in which you can If you want to go full distance, that's going to limit your amount of attributes that you can put into shot shaping or put into forgiveness. Make the clubs as customizable, and that could be a reward for hitting a certain level. So if you hit a level 100, you now unlock full customizable clubs where you get a certain amount of points towards whatever irons in whatever categories you want, and you have to choose what is most important to you. Is going further on the distance more important than going further on the swing plane? Leave it up to the person, because before the Titleist T300s came out, I really struggled to find an iron that fit exactly what I needed. I don't need max distance like some of these other clubs can do, but I do like something that fits in the middle roads of everything, because I may not be a perfect person at this game, but at the same time, I know what I'm good at and I know where I am not good at. So every once in a while, my tempo gets a little jacked up, and that's where the forgiveness really comes into play. And then my swing plane, I can get a little bit off swing plane if I'm not setting myself up correctly. But I know those are two major areas that I need. So that's why I focus on forgiveness and swing plane, as well as maintaining a little bit of distance. Distance control and shot shaping is not something that I really like to do. So that's not, I mean, distance control obviously is a tempo thing, but I don't struggle mightily with tempo. It's more of like the forgiveness and the swing plane of keeping the ball on line as much as possible, because I'm not too much of shot shaping. Somebody who likes to spin the ball a lot. That's somebody who probably wants a lot of shot shaping. So they might max out their distance, max out their shot shaping, and give themselves in the smaller categories. Yeah, I could find a club in here that has something along those lines, but it's not going to be perfect to what I would like, or perfect to what maybe would make me the best at this game. And some people might complain that there's already people shooting 18 under, but I think if you have customizable clubs to make the player fit whatever they need, that will make them play more higher difficulties. Legendary, master, they can fit into those hard difficulties because they now have the equipment they need to try to get the best scores possible. I do really like, and when it comes to this, I do really like, for instance, the shafts that you can customize. You can change the shaft, you can change the grip color. Obviously, if they get some golf pride, or maybe they don't want to pay for that sponsorship, simply that's why they just keep it these colors, that's fine. But I do think that they need to add in the golf ball itself. The golf ball, especially in the day and age that we live in, plays a massive factor and should be a bonus attribute to spin, shot shaping, um, driver distance, forgiveness. Like, the golf ball plays a massive aspect, and I think that is something that really should be a main factor in this as well. I obviously love the Divot Derby, so let's get over to number three. Number three for me is going to be these game modes. I think what the Live has actually done has opened the door to an entire new element for when it comes to playing these games. So, like, team-based games, right? So how many times have you just played your online society, ripped through 18 holes, you won, but somebody beat you, or you lost, so on and so forth. You have these 2-on-2 and you have these 2-on-4 wagers that can be a lot of fun, that have a lot of opportunity to be a lot of fun. They need to create more team mode games, or maybe a team mode society where, all right, the society, you unlimited amount of teams, and as a team, all four of you have to score a certain amount. And at the end of the day, we're doing more of a group based rather than more of an individual. It just adds another element to it. And I think that could be really cool if you get into an online society, um, or you play a tournament and you're like, hey, I got three of my buddies, or it just gets people meeting new people as well as pushing people. And it doesn't mean like all the best players will group up, because you could have a handicap. If they fix the handicap, you could fix that handicap. But at the same time, it just adds a new element where group golf is not a bad thing. You have 2v2 teams, and I love playing the alternate shot. You could have different game modes where teams can be playing in an online society against other teams instead of just being restricted to the online BS pro setting with all of the things on and super soft greens where it's just ridiculous if you're not shooting eagles and birdies every time. Like, have a customizable 2v2 mode here where you can use custom courses, or you can set the game mode up. And obviously you can do that, but you want to play random people. Not everybody just has 4 to 8 friends lined up in which they can be ready to play. A little bit of a rant there, but that's something that I think would be super cool to do. And then lastly, I'll go into it is obviously the course creators are going to want more stuff. The course creators are going to want it's gotten a lot better since the golf club, but the one thing that I really notice is bunkers. And you watch St. Andrews this past week, the way the bunkers look, how cool they are, the big pop bunkers, like adding some graphics and hopefully a new graphics mode with 2K. I think that they're going to be releasing for their new series is going to be able to enhance their ability to make the golf courses look a lot better. Obviously, we want a little bit more real life aspects of how the ball bounces or how it can get stuck up in a bunker or even just a grid line in the bunker might help. But if you can get some sort of these bunkers in which they look something close to a more realistic game, that would be absolutely amazing. And then that is just something that I think really lacks is the course creators. They do such a great job of making these beautiful courses, but there's just so much more in the day and age that we live in with graphics that should be accessible to them. And that's something that really can can hinder a course design, in my opinion, or even just playing the course, because you have to find these replicas of courses, and it's just not the same, or it's not even close to the same. And it's something that obviously the lidar courses somewhat are the better ones, but yeah. So that's kind of pretty much that. So those are just four things that I'm personally really looking to. Obviously, it's so late in the developmental process. I don't know if they're going to be able to adapt, or maybe they did throw any of these already in the game. We're just going to have to wait and find out. But fill up the comment section down below if there's something that maybe you're looking forward to or you're hoping that they put in the game. But those are the four things that really kind of keep me on the edge of my seat, hoping that they really push it to the next level of taking us into an entire new golf game moving forward. So that way they can beat out their rival EA. Or maybe EA is the ones who adopt this, and EA actually brings out a lot of these things that I've brought to the table here. And who knows, maybe we're playing EA golf instead of 2K23 golf. Not really sure where we're going to be, but hopefully this more information comes out soon. If any information does come out, make sure I will be putting up a video. So if you are subscribed, leave comments down below, and I will catch you guys later.